This is cooking too quickly. It's butternut squash and chickpea curry. I've just turned the heat off and it's still bubbling away. It'll cook quite quickly, so I think I might leave it for a bit to sit in the heat. And I'm going to add, I'll add some green beans to it at the end of the cooking time. Cooked from scratch because I've got no sauces, curry sauces. So ground up some cumin and coriander seeds, and I hadn't got any other whole spices cloves. Hadn't got any other whole spices to ground up. That's got cardamom in it, and fresh turmeric, garlic, I'll talk about that in a minute, ginger, some powdered mustard, and a bit of chili powder. Gonna do it with quinoa. I was gonna do it with rice, and then I thought, well, I'm watching a podcast about inflammation, and all of the stuff that we do and the food that we eat, where I work reasonably hard to try and cut and keep ultra processed food out of our diet. So I thought, I've only got white rice. I like Thai white rice, but I thought I'll do it with quinoa, and and I'll do some green beans, so there'll be a bit of green with it. So I live in what I consider to be the garlic capital of Europe. Yet, when I buy garlic from the supermarket, because I don't go to the market, rarely do I find decent garlic, rarely. I also was reading something, I don't know, ages ago about, the faff of peeling garlic and getting all the papery stuff off your hands and trying to get it off your hands and whatever. And I thought, remembered that here in France I can buy this. There we go. All done for me, frozen. They also do, I'm just going to put this back in the freezer, hold tight. They also do little cartons of garlic. I'm not sure how it is inside, whether it's hashed, chopped or something else, but I thought I'd try the frozen. I made quick and dirty garlic bread last night with it because it was just so simple, so quick. So that's the way to go for me. I've kept back these seeds, even though there's a whole group of chickens outside, hoping that I might throw food out for them. I think I'm going to try and grow some butternut squash this year somewhere. Yes, Anita, it makes a good bread storer. So that's what I'm using it for. And Leslie, somebody suggested, I'm not sure if it was Leslie, that I could use a pie ring or something. This is that's closed. That's as small as it goes. So I'm going to try that next time. This bread, when I make a loaf of bread, it lasts several days. So I won't be trying the cloche with this ring for some time. But I will try it. But meanwhile, at least I can use it for storing the bread in. So I'm happy about that. I won't be out here for long, it's cold. The podolog told me that I was to stop wearing Crocs indoors. And they're comfortable and they're easy to slip on and off when my feet get hot. And I asked him what he proposed, and he suggested baskets, which is trainers. But the trouble is with trainers, well, many trainers, is that you have to do them up, and I can't do laces up. It has to be something really quite easy. I'm holding this because it's a bit of an angle, I think. Or I could do that, which might help. That's better. So I wanted something. I didn't want old lady Velcro shoes. So I had a look yesterday once I'd come round and was more awake yesterday, whenever that was, briefly. I had a look online, and I need a wide shoe fitting and all of the, not all, but many of the shops here in France, many of the shoe shops that you see in towns and on the out of town areas are generically narrow fitting, or not narrow fitting, but petite fitting. And well, you can see I'm not petite. So I needed something that was wide enough. So I looked at Keen's. Because I've got Keen sandals, and I said to Mark, I could get Keen sandals, or I could wear my. I said I could wear my Keen sandals, and then thought, but I've got socks on, and it's not about it being a fashion faux pas. It's about not wanting to shove socked feet into sandals and having the socks being held tight on my toes. I can't bear that. So I found a pair of, they sort of a bit like suede booty type things that slip on and off. They've got a fleece lining, which again is not something I would normally go for because I get really hot feet. And my feet, I don't know whether everybody's feet are like this, but I use my feet as my temperature regulator. So when they get really hot, I can take off my socks and have them on the cool tiled floor, and that regulates my temperature. I don't know whether feet are naturally a temperature regulator or if it's just mine. Probably isn't just mine. I know I'm not unique. So yeah, these have got fleece. There's like a fleeced, lined, suede looking booty. I thought, okay, because he said they must be closed shoes. So shoes that, you know, hold your foot rather than, he says Crocs are too, well, they don't hold your foot, so your foot can, so you can tip slightly and things like that. So I've ordered them, and that was that. What else? Oh yeah, a few people wonder why I persist with the sourdough. One, I am following a recipe. There's somebody telling me it's the recipe that's wrong, and it's like, well, no, it's not. I can't be bothered to write it. The recipe isn't wrong. I've been using the recipe for several months now, and it works. And yes, you do have to put it in the fridge. It is a recipe where you retard the bread and put it in the fridge. It's normal, and that's the recipe I'm following, and it's worked for me for months. And then in the cloche, it wasn't working. So I'm not going to change what I've learned to do from recipes I've accumulated online and gradually got really comfortable with how I'm making the sourdough bread, how I'm handling it. The reason that I persist is it's the only bread that I know, unless probably maybe naan bread if I'd homemade it, or flatbreads, that doesn't spike your blood sugar. And that's really important for all of us, not to spike your blood sugar. So we rarely eat any French bread, baguette, because it really spikes your blood sugar. And other breads, shop bought processed bread, processed food, which we're trying to avoid, will spike your blood sugar. And when I was using the glucose, continuous glucose monitor thing that I had that lasted 2 weeks on my arm, it was really noticeable when I had something. It only happened twice in 14 days because actually the food that we eat doesn't really spike our blood sugar as much as processed food might. But I did, and I can't remember what I had, but I think I had jam on toast, and my blood sugar really spiked, and I could see it on the on my phone, on the app. So yeah, that's why I keep making it, and that's why I talk about it. And any other bread is any other bread that isn't that is shop bought. I mean, I could buy, if I wanted to go out and buy it, I could probably buy it from a shop. They all the shops sell it now, but I don't know what's in it. I know what's in my sourdough. It's flour, salt, and water. That's all that's in it. There's no sugar, there's no additives, and I think that's really important. So that's why, and I enjoy making it. Having mastered it to a degree, I haven't mastered it, but to a degree, I really enjoy the process. Yes, I have to start relatively early on the day before I actually want to be able to eat it in the evening. That's fine, now I know. But I really enjoy it. We like it. It's it's working for us, it means we can eat bread. And it's a carb, and it's a carb we can eat. And it's not making a significant difference to us, our health, which is really important. So yeah, that's why I'm doing sourdough. I think Janice said, "You and your sourdough," and I'm thinking, well, yeah, but that's why. That is all. Going to go in now and do nothing. Mark went back to bed, so he won't be up yet for his repas. So I'll finish it off once he's awake, and I'm gonna put some beans in that curry, green beans, break them up, put them in, finish cooking it. I've turned it off now because it's quite thick and it will stick, and it will carry on cooking in the residual heat, and then I'll make sure it's fully cooked. It doesn't take long anyway because chickpeas are out of a can, so they were already cooked, and butternut squash doesn't take long to cook. Voila, it's Sunday, and that's it really. Have a nice day.